That everybody has the right to health, everybody needs to obtain health services, everybody needs to know that they have rights.
We have Alan Maleche, who is the Executive Director for KELIN.
The issue of mandatory quarantine is an issue that needs to be interrogated deeply, because we have made some progress in terms of ensuring we don't spread the disease, but in the process we have affected people's psychology, we have affected people's health, we have traumatized people, we have failed to provide information, and that is something the Ministry of Health needs to honestly and deeply reflect about.
Needs to be a clear policy. If we're talking about self-quarantine, do people understand what is this self-quarantine? What does this self-quarantine mean?
Yeah.
Do people, if we're talking about isolation at a government facility, do people know what is happening during the 14-day period of isolation? So again, it's the same thing, that there is need for clarity, and if measures are put in place, they need to be measures that are helping and addressing the public health concern that we have.
Kuna essential services that we need in this period of time, and those are reproductive health services. Now, government has to make sure that every hospital still has beds available for pregnant women, still has facilities available for pregnant women. Hakuna mtu anafaa kuzaa nyumbani, kuzaa kwa barabara juu ya corona.
Factoring the healthcare workers, because they are the epicenter of this COVID-19 pandemic, we need to factor and ensure they are well trained. They have been provided with enough equipment, PPE equipments, and they have also been tested, so that now from there, because they might be at the epicenter of even the spread if things are not taken, if these issues are not addressed early enough.
The government needs to provide lots of information. There needs to be full access to information, and not just information on the number of cases or the nationalities of the people who have contracted the virus, but the capacity of the government to actually handle the response. Like, are there enough healthcare workers? Are they trained? How many testing kits? Are there, can I go to any hospital or get tested, or are there specific facilities that I need to go to?
We have over 5,000 people in Kariobangi who have been forcefully evicted from their homes, and we have single mothers and children who have nowhere to go. So in a context of COVID, we definitely need to use a rights-based approach to ensure that we cover all bases.
People who are in quarantine also still have rights. Their rights are respected. So it needs, and if this happens within a proper framework, then the likelihood that their rights will be guaranteed and respected are higher than if it's conducted in a haphazard and uncoordinated manner.
I think the only way to protect people from panic is giving them the actual information and being very concise about what the true situation is. Because our view and our conversations with many healthcare workers and other individuals who access healthcare services is, and even for those who are in quarantine, their concern was, are the healthcare workers who are attending to us being tested? Are we not putting ourselves at a risk going to them, or are they not putting themselves at a risk of going to us? And so by having transparent information, people will then make informed decisions.